Hey, fellow comic book fans. Today we're talking about Batman number 54. All right, guys. So we get to talk about Batman today. And while I should be excited to lead this one off, I have to admit, I was not very happy with this issue. I actually haven't been this disappointed with a Batman comic in quite some time. And while it wasn't terrible in any sense of the word, it just really didn't. It really wasn't nearly as good as the last, 10 or 12 issues. Felt like to me this was, and we talked about it a little bit before we started recording, Ben, you brought it up, this felt like a filler comic book. I think all of the parts are there. It could have been a great comic book, but I just really didn't see the point. This was definitely an examination of Bruce Wayne's relationship with Dick Grayson and Batman's relationship with Nightwing, and how they compare and contrast. But yeah, it just really didn't work for me.
I don't know. I think
what do you guys think?
I think you've lucked out. You've had some great ones recently. And so, yeah. Agreed. Like I said, I thought this was filler. And I think between the three of us, maybe surprisingly, I enjoyed this the most. I liked seeing a little bit of their work together, but Bruce was always there for Dick going forward, always. So this is nice seeing it the opposite direction where Dick was there for Bruce, but agreed, this one he was surprisingly, I don't want to say surprisingly lippy, but he was sarcastic all the time to almost a fault. Yeah. At certain points I want to just smack him and be like, all right, shut up, move along. But it forced Batman to do something else, to get out almost. So yeah, the whole spoiler thing, like the football game to me was kind of one of them, where it was just like watching this football game. It's like, and Batman's like, no, I got to do other stuff. He's like, no, we're watching the football game. Like, well, it was like, I'm watching it anyway. I don't care. And then here comes Batman just to sit down and watch it. It's like, hey, I got chips. You got chips? Alfred got chips. It's like, okay. So yeah. I don't know. It was enjoyable to see that. It was a different view of them. And I think it was really good. Now, agreed. I think I'm over it now. This was a good one. Now it's time for Batman to be Batman again. And we move away from the whole wedding arc, to me. Eventually it can prop back up when Catwoman and Batman get back together for some reason. Like they're like, oh, they're back, and Batman's awkward as hell. Fantastic. But I'm ready to move on.
Yeah, I've had enough.
I think that's exactly the point. I mean, we've spent a great deal of time investigating the various relationships in Bruce Wayne's life, in Batman's life. And here, once again, now we're looking at Dick Grayson and Nightwing, not Dick Grayson as Robin, and specifically looking at the loss of the family as children and the becoming a superhero grown-up adult, and really comparing the two of them to see that in a lot of ways Nightwing is a lot more well-adjusted, or rather Dick Grayson has become a lot more well-adjusted as Nightwing as Bruce Wayne had ever become as becoming Batman. And that's just weird. And the other weird thing is they're making fun of, well, pretty ridiculous Batman villains, admittedly.
Yeah.
But still, why is that there? Because it makes me take this examination less seriously. So yes. They're kind of taking the power out of their own arguments as to the examination between the two of them. So yeah, I think you had to talk about Grayson and Bruce Wayne. I think it's important to contrast Nightwing and Batman, but somehow or another, it didn't quite work. Didn't really stick the landing, as I often say.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to say it. I mean, I think there was the opportunity, and I just think really we could have done the same thing in a much better way. I mean, after all, the big lesson is it all comes down to the cucumber sandwiches. Like, seriously?
Oh, I don't know. I think it's a cute little thing almost, like, because you got to think about it. Yeah, it is simple. Like, you guys are. I just feel like keep it simple. Don't get too complicated about it.
Yeah.
Life's life. So, but oh well.
Yeah. But you know what? The other thing too, I really didn't like. There's a moment where Batman kind of cracks up a little bit.
Oh, that was weird. I will admit that.
It was uncomfortable. It was
Yeah.
like the first time you see like your dad cry.
Yep.
Right? Like
that was uncomfortable.
like-
that was just weird. Unnecessary.
yeah. I thought it was very out of character. Like, I can see Batman getting angry and upset, but not like this. This just, no.
It also helps. You are such a Batman lover that you want to see him in the perfect light. I, on the other hand, while I enjoy Batman, don't mind seeing him in this way. I think it's just kind of, not to diss the fact that you like him so much, but it's a different way of looking at it. I'm okay with it. You have this perfect image of him. Or
Yeah.
a very
See, I
set
would have
image.
preferred, yeah, like I would have preferred, like I completely understood the Bruce Wayne anger and Batman kind of fumbling a bit with like the Mr. Freeze case. And I have
Mhm.
no problem if like, Batman has to walk away, if Bruce Wayne has to walk away from Dick Grayson and like go like cry at his parents' grave. No problem doing that. That makes sense. But like here, we have this shot where it's like Batman can't hold it together. And it's like, I don't know. I think that he would just realize he needs time to grieve. He needs to kind of do something. I think he's more self-aware than that.
Absolutely.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
I don't mind seeing Batman cry. I mean, I don't want to think about it, but I just think he's more self-aware than to out of nowhere like go from laughing to crying. That's all. But another note, something we didn't talk about, we got to see Batman, not too much action, but in his black and gray costume again.
No action, essentially, but okay.
No action at all. But
Just, hey, he was
yeah, 'cause
there and he was in that suit.
yes, we were going back to basics and we got to watch him dodge ketchup. So
Yeah.
So that's good. But on that note, that's everything we thought about Batman number 54. If you read the comic, definitely let us know what you thought about it in the comments below. Like the video, hit subscribe, and as always, check out thebrazenbull.com for more great comic book content. Until next time.
Adios.
Hi.